ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे सुकतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायण। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We read from 87th Sutra. शब्दादेव प्रमितः हृद्यपेक्षया तु मनुष्याधिकारत्वात् तदुपर्यपि बादरायणसम्भवात् विरोधः कर्मणीति चेन्नानेकप्रतिपत्तिर्दर्शनात्। शब्दैति चेन्नातः प्रभवात् प्रत्यक्षानुमानाभ्याम्। अतएव च नित्यत्वम् समाननामरूपत्वाच्च वृत्तावप्यविरोधो दर्शनात् स्मृतेश्च। मध्वादिष्वसम्भवात् अनधिकारं जैमिनिः ज्योतिषी भावाच्च भावं तु बादरायणमस्ति। शुगस्य तदनादरण सुगस्य तदानादरश्रवणात् तदाद्रवणात् सूच्यते ही we'll read 350 page 350 यथा मनुष्याधिकार नियमम् अपोद्य देवादीनामपि विद्यासु अधिकार उक्तः तथैव द्विजात्यधिकार नियम अपवादेन शूद्रस्याप्यधिकारः स्यात् इति एतामाशंकां निवर्तयितुमिदम् अधिकरणम् आरभते तत्र शूद्रस्यापि अधिकारस्य इति तावत् प्राप्तम् अर्थित्वसामर्थ्ययोः संभवात् तस्मात् शूद्रो यज्ञेन अवक्लृप्तः इतिवत् शूद्रो विद्यायाम् अनवक्लृप्तः इति च निषेध आश्रवणात् यच्च कर्मसु अनधिकार कारणम् शूद्रस्य अतग्नित्वम् न तद्वत् न तद्विद्यासु अधिकारस्य अपवादकं लिंगम् नहि आहवानियादिरहितेन विद्या वेदितुं न शक्यते भवति च लिंगम् शूद्राधिकारस्य उपोद्वलकम् संवर्गविद्यायां हि दानश्रुतिम् पौत्रायणम् शुश्रूषुम् शूद्रशब्देन परामृशति अहहारे त्वा शूद्र तवैव सह गोभिरस्तु इति विदुरप्रभृतयश्च शूद्रयोनिप्रभवा अपि विशिष्टविज्ञानसम्पन्नाः स्मर्यन्ते तस्मादधिक्रियते शूद्रो विद्यासु इति एवं प्राप्ते ब्रूमः न शूद्रस्याधिकारः वेदाध्ययनभावात् अधीतवेदो हि विदितवेदार्थो वेदार्थेषु अधिक्रियते न च शूद्रस्य वेदाध्ययनमस्ति उपनयन पूर्वकत्वात् वेदाध्ययनस्य उपनयनस्य वर्णत्रयविषयत्वात् यत्तु अर्थित्वं न तद् असति सामर्थ्ये अधिकार कारणं भवति सामर्थ्यमपि न लौकिकम् केवलम् अधिकार कारणं भवति शास्त्रीये अर्थे शास्त्रीयस्य सामर्थ्यस्य अपेक्षितत्वात् शास्त्रीयस्य च सामर्थ्यस्य अध्ययन निराकरणेन निराकृतत्वात् यच्छेदं शूद्रो यज्ञेन वक्लुप्तः इति तन्न्यायपूर्वकत्वात् विद्यायामपि अनवक्लुप्तत्वं द्योत्यति न्यायस्य साधारणत्वात् यत् पुनः संवर्ग विद्यायां शूद्र शब्द श्रवणं लिंगम मन्यते न तल्लिंगम न्यायाभावात् न्यायोक्ते हि लिंगदर्शनम् द्योतकं भवति न चात्र न्यायोऽस्ति कामं च अयं शूद्र शब्दः संवर्ग विद्यायामेव एकस्यां शूद्रम् अधिकुर्यात् तद्विषयत्वात् न सर्वासु विद्यासु अर्थवादस्तत्वात् तु न क्वचिदपि अयं शूद्रम् अधिकर्तुमुत्सहते शूद्रम् अधिकर्तुमुत्सहते शक्यते चायं शूद्र शब्दोऽधिकृत विषये योजयितुं कथमिति उच्यते कं वरयेनम् एतत् सन्तं सयुग्वानम् इव रैक्वमात्थ इति अस्माद्हंसवाक्या आत्मन्वनादरं श्रुतवतो जानुश्रुतेः पौत्रायणस्य शुगुत्पेते तां ऋषिरैक्वः शूद्रशब्देन अनेन सूचया बभूवात्मानः परोक्षज्ञानताख्यापनाय इति गम्यते। जाति शूद्रस्य अनधिकारात् कथं पुनः शूद्र शब्देन शुभोत्पन्ना सूच्यते इति उच्यते। तदा द्रवणात् शुचम् अभिदुद्राव शुचा चाभिदुद्रुवे शुचा वारैक्वम् अभिदुद्रावेति शूद्रः अवयवार्थ संभवात् रूढ्यर्थस्य च असंभवात् दृश्यते च अयम् अर्थः अस्याम् आख्यायिकायाम् we were seeing the Apashudradikaranam, and in this Apashudradikaranam you saw the story of King Janashruti approaching the Rishi Raikva. So this Janashruti is a king who is very magnanimous, and he has done very, very great actions. You heard yesterday, very big actions he did, especially not upasana, but the action. What is the difference between upasana and the action? In action, intention is very good, but there are many thoughts to do good, and you do good towards something seen. Something seen. It can be feeding, it can be giving clothes, it can be taking care of animals, it can be tending of cows, it can be serving something seen with the manushya buddhi, with the thought that I have to help this human being. This is the good action. So definitely this person has a very broad thought behind him. Therefore he is seeing such a thought is there. You cannot do good action unless you identify with the particular person in front of you. Even if anybody is talking sweetly, because he sees that he understands, he feels the pain that if somebody talks to me in that manner, how will I feel it? Therefore, he sees himself more expanded. Rather, I always say the secret of good vyavhar is that you start seeing yourself in other person. That if same behavior he does to me, what I will feel. What I will feel if he does to me, what I will feel as I am doing to him. So if he does to me if I am lying to him, and then I am very happy that I lied to him. But if he lies to me, how will I take it? This is the secret. Don't think it's an easy thing, because we have double standards. For me, there is one rule. What you should do to me is one rule, and what I should do to you is another rule. I say I am elder, and therefore you should give me this thing. But to my elder, I don't give it. So when it comes to me, I use the word right. And when it comes to you, I use the word duty. Your duty is there and my right is there. It should be other way around. What is the secret of good vyavhar? Atmana pratikulani paresham na samacharet. Shruyutam dharma sarvasya shrutva jaiva dharyatam. The essence of dharma is what vyavhar displeases you, what hurts you. You use upaman praman to find out that other person should not be getting that from me actually. There was one person in India. I stayed in his house in Shillong. Very, very nice person. Still he is there. So he said one thing. He said, in my life, good people, not so good people, all came. Of course, I learned from the good people, but not so good people also I learned. I said, what you learned? He said, at least I should not be like them because it hurt them. If anger hurts you, my anger hurts you. Your anger hurts me. You are angry, it hurt me. When you are angry, I know what happens to me. It's a clear indication that from my side, anger will hurt you also. I don't want that you should steal, so I should also not steal. So, if anybody feeds or anybody gives water or anybody gives clothes, it means he has an expanded eye. He has a little pervasive eye is there. You want people should forgive me. I did mistake, it's okay. What can I do? If you ask, many mistakes you did in this birth, you feel God should forgive me or others. And one who saw my mistake, you should not tell to everybody. Even if you saw my mistake. So, you know what wrong I did. You should not go and tell to whole world my mistake. Keep it to yourself. Or tell to me only, don't tell to everybody my mistake. Don't. Apaishunam, what is it? Don't stab on my back. Or don't backbite. No, I also should do the same thing. This is the cause of any good action. So this Janashruti king, he was known for his magnanimous charity, especially Annadan. Being a king, he had authority. But he used his authority to give authority to others. He didn't use his authority to take everybody's right, which he could have done. So because of that, you heard, the birds were going. He was lying down on his terrace in his kingdom. And swans were going. So one swan told that don't come closer to him, he'll burn you. He has so much of brilliance. Then third swan said, is he more glorious than Dr. Ekwa? Remember the story? So then he said, why are you saying like that? He said, he's not that glorious than Dr. Ekwa. Bas. Of this, he was hearing this conversation, Janashruti. Hearing this, he got disturbed. He said, who's Rekwa? Who is more glorious than me? The next day, the king, the charioteer came, bowed down. He said, you are great, glorious. He said, am I more glorious than Rekwa? So then this charioteer said, I don't know who is Rekwa. He said, go and find out. He found out who is Rekwa. And he found out that the punya of Rekwa is more than the punya of all actions of all people. Because he was a upasak. At this point I told yesterday, what is the difference in upasana and what is the difference in good actions? The good actions, I see the person. I take the shape of a seen thing. But upasak takes the shape, much bigger shape in his heart. And good action, intentions are good, but actions are many. But in upasana, one thought is maintained. Intentions are good, but very big thought is there. Shraddha is too big. And there is a one thought with very pervasive object around. That is the essence of upasana. So you are repeating one thought with very pervasive object for a very, very long time. So therefore the fruit of upasana will be bigger than the fruit of karma. Because in the fruit of karma, what is involved? Good intentions and finite bigger shape. I can see somebody is hungry and therefore I identify that. But in the upasana, number one, intention is good. Number two, too much Shraddha is there. Number three, very big thought is there, which is equivalent to Brahman. Number four, tapasya is there. Number five, single thought is there. Number six, for a long time is there. And therefore, there is a homogeneous thought in upasana, in heterogeneous thought in good actions. And therefore, the fruit of upasana will be much bigger because very pervasive thought is there. And therefore, upasana will give a very big fruit than the karma only. Karma can take to pitralok, but upasana will give to very high level of swarglok. Therefore, this janma is a fruit of karma because there is a heterogeneous fruit. Good wife, but not so good child. Body is there, but body has old age also. Sorrow is there with something. We have a heterogeneous fruit. If somebody did very good actions, when he got human birth, good wife, good child, but old age came, pain is there, or parents passed away. The life is meant that parents pass away. And there is a bereavement because of that. Because you live with the parents for 20 years, 30 years. And in front of your eyes you see that my father is no more or mother is no more. So that thought will be there after they pass away. Am I right? Understanding, no? Not understanding. So that bereavement is there. That bereavement is there that, my father was like that, my mother was like that, I lived with my mother. That thought comes, that memory comes from time to time. Mother, anybody is attached. So after you have lived for 20, 25 years, who gave you food, shelter, love. Mother is the foundation of everybody's life. So the remembrance of mother will be there. There's a bereavement aspect. And his spouse is there. Supposing his spouse is there, married, one has to pass away. Then bereavement will be there. Old age will come. So old age will have some kind of problem. Money, children, offices, there are 100 things. Very heterogeneous fruit are there, even after having the very good actions. See, Vasudev ji, Dasharath ji. So the fruit of karma, phal, will be heterogeneous. So there is a very less homogeneity. It is heterogeneous. Yesterday was good day, today is not. Today is backache. Last year was not good, this year is good now. Food is there, but I cannot eat sweets. This is heterogeneous fruit. Some person was very nice to me, but today he is not that nice to me. I don't know, nothing I did. But the fruit of Upasana is homogeneous. Why? Because Upasana is made by homogeneous thought. And karma is not made by homogeneous thought. Upasana, you maintain one thought for a long time. But karma is lot of actions are there. I run around, I bring fruit, I bring food. Something is good, something is not good in that. I could not get the best clothes for this priest. I thought I'll give the clothes to the priest. So I didn't give the best of the clothes. It was okay. Or it was, I did not give the shoes. And he left dissatisfied, supposing. Food I give, very nice. Clothes, okay. He was happy. But shoes I did not bring. So he thought I should get shoes also. Complete set I should get. Then he also was expecting umbrella. I did not, I gave him umbrella, I gave him. Then he was thinking, night light goes away, torch is required. I gave him some dakshina. I said, okay, you take this 500 rand, you can purchase whatever you want. And while going, he slept at one place. So that also created a problem. So there is a head. So now the fruit which will come, it will not be homogeneous. And therefore when you see the patrika, the horoscope, it will have heterogeneous. Even if the bad fruit, very good wife is there, very good money is there, child will always have a problem. He will always have a problem with the child. A little problematic kind of son is there. Not very good son is there. Problematic child is there. Will create some kind of problem throughout his life. Not very good child. Something not very good means you have to give a lot of attention. I was giving the example that this drains out the battery. Mobile. That example I like, whether you like or not. Some applications are there in the mobile. And the advance also. That software will say that this is draining out most of your battery. You want to delete it. But there you can delete. In life you can't delete. Too much attention you have to give. Too much thought you have to give. Supposing son is not very good. He is not employed, or he is an angry person, or he is complaining. You are always over-conscious. How is he? What he needs. This is the fruit of action. Is he yesterday he was not okay? Today is he okay or not? Or he spoke very badly last night. That thought is not going from me. Still, I couldn't sleep very well. Take care of it. If somebody's son is very good, somebody is very good, that means you don't have to give any attention. Rather, he will give you. Even if I did not talk to him, it was fine. Doesn't matter. Last 5 days I have not talked to him at all. People say, The Swami will live in the same house, but I have not talked to him. When I come, he slept. When I go, he is sleeping. But I know that he doesn't seek my attention. So we just call each other and wish in the office. We live in the same house, but I have not seen him. On Sunday we'll meet like this. But he's fine, he's very good. I know. His Punyafal is there. But repeatedly you have to give thought what he is doing, what is he not doing, why he is worrying, why he is thinking like that. I hope there is always a chance of miscommunication, misapprehension. He may not think what I'm not thinking. You're always skeptical what he's thinking about me. The relations are strained when you are skeptical what he's thinking about me. And I hope he's not thinking anything wrong, which I don't mean it. When relations are smooth, when you feel, no, I'm sure he won't think about me like I'm free from him. I don't think so. He is thinking like that from me. I don't think so. But he said, I don't think he meant like that. He didn't mean like that. Got my point. But when the upasana phal is there, in Swarg this is the problem, not the problem. It's homogeneous. There is no disease. There is no old age. There is no moody person around you. There is no problem of wife. All wives are not only good looking, but they are sweet speaking, good cooking, good clothes. So good clothes is there, good looks are there, good fragrance is there, good cooking is. और क्या चाहिए भाई? लोग क्या चाहते हो तुम? What do you want? She is all the time available. So availability is high, looks are good, sweet is there, she is never angry, she is always, she goes around and you need not see because fragrance has come, she is here now. So such is there. You know that this is the condition. This is Swarg is there. Swarge loke na bhayam kinchanasti. Neither she will leave you. There is no hunger and thirst there. This is upasana fruit is there. Tapasya kiya kisi ne? Tapasya means you left something to get this fruit. The fruit is very high. Ehi, iti. You heard that? Which Upanishad? Ehi, tam yajmanam. Huh? Ehi, iti tam yajman, tam suvarchasas, rashmibihi yajmanam bhavanti. In Mundaka Upanishad. Priyam vacham abhivadantya archayanta eshava sukritasya brahmaloke. Sukritah brahmaloke. They with both the hands they welcome. Ehi, come, please come. Ab hai yajman usne, he has done such thing. And therefore Rekwa was greater than him. Because his tapasya was more, his shraddha was more. His consistency of one thought was more. His what is it called? Bhai, unless you are austere, you can't do upasana. First thing, upasana requires sitting. First challenge is that any sadhana, you need to sit at one place. And that too not for 5-10 minutes, hours together. You require lot of tyag. Ab sitting means that you cannot eat, you cannot drink. You have to focus on one thought. You have to leave everything. If you are attached somewhere, you will be constantly going and talking to that person. But you have to sit at one place. You have to focus on your word. Even you do Parayan, you have to focus on the words. these priests who had come, you saw them that till 10, 11 o'clock, sometimes there is no food. At most, maybe cup of tea or coffee, and then used to rush. Because his stomach has to be light for long hours of sitting. And 3 hours of chanting, whole Durga Saptri, chanting with every mantra, Swaha, every month Swaha, you must have seen that. Sitting, even those were to see what they could not see. They used to go out and have tea, coffee, then come back. But they had to sit there. Understood that. And therefore, fruit is big. Focus is too much. Intensity is required. In karma, you can do like this. In upasana, you have to focus. In karma, when you do part, you have to keep your eyes glued at you will feel my number will increase with this part. If you do lot of part, your number will increase, eyes number. I don't know you experienced or not. You know Santosh Ji is there, Santosh Ji, who came here. You know Santosh Ji, who had come once. She had come here. Twice. By course also she had come. Then Jaipur Amma. So I asked her to do Bhagavad Parayan. Now she did Bhagavad Parayan around 60 times. She called me, she said, I cannot see now. I cannot see now. So this is my last Parayan. I said, don't give up. I said, take magnifier. There's a glass magnifier. Then she called, he said, I'm very happy again. See something. I said, don't strain if you cannot see. But eyes get, and after 70, all these eyes are affected. So you are not able to do. So young age you come complete. Now, when he came, Jana Shruti, so he went there to see him. You remember that? He went with lot of gifts, etc. Now when he went with lot of gift, so he said that, Raikwa said, what do you want? He said, I want to learn what made you so great. He said, no, what gift, etc. you want, I don't want it. He said, why you don't want it? Well, it's very less. I mean, it doesn't mean he was greedy. If he was greedy, he cannot be like that. He was sitting under a cart. If he was really greedy, he would have gone and when the Purushad is saying that he was a great Brahmin. So he was not greedy. He was testing him, that how much he is attached to his own wealth. So he went back, Jana Shruti. He brought more wealth and brought daughter also. And then this Raikwa accepted that. And he gave the Vayu Upasana, which was called Samvarga Upasana. Remember that? This I had told yesterday. And this story is for telling Sanskrit Manushya alone is fit for Shraut Sadhanani. Whereas all other are fit for Smart Sadhanani. Then he told the whole thing. And while Upanishad is presenting the story, it is making one statement. What statement is there? You see page 351. See, from the bottom, third line. Aha haretva shudra tavaiva saha gobirastu iti. Underline that. Aha haretva shudra tavaiva saha gobirastu. So, this is the statement of Raikwa. He says, har itva. So, first time when he came, who? In Jana Shruti, then he made this statement. Har means ornament, golden ornament. And itva means along with the cartload of ornament. He bought cartload of ornament. And he says, Rekwa says, let all the ornaments and the cards be Tavaiva Astu, be the only. Gobi. Gobi means not that Gobi. My God. My God. Had ho gayi sahab. This is third case. Along with the cows, go is there. Bapre. Such great students are in this ashram. Third case is there, no? There's Mala Bhi. Go Bhi. Go is there. Gaha, Gaho, Gaha. Along with that, third case is there. Go Bhi. See the word? Go Bhi. Along with the cows, what you have. That means he brought cows also. Aha. Aha is alas. Disappointment. He's showing disappointment. Right? So, Hareva Gobi Sahatoi, take it away. Like you say in anger, you know. You're showing your upset nature. Please don't take it literally. I told you that. If he was greedy, greedy person can't do all these things. Why will he live under the cart? If he was greedy, he would have got it earlier also from somebody. Or if he was greedy, he will never say, take it away. He will say, this I am getting. I will lose this also. So earlier days, students were very much tested by the teacher. Their ego was tested. And many failed. Like the Ponji was. Very strict teacher. Very strict and very hard teacher. So hard, nobody could live with him. Gurudev used to say that 30, 40 students came, nobody could stay. Only 3 stayed. Gurudev, Sundaranandji was there, whose photography is there. And when Govindji was there. He won't talk. He'll just bash. He said, if I call once, you come, otherwise go back. Gurudev said, okay, tomorrow I will have satsang. He said, yes. He said, what is the timing? He said, don't ask timings. You just be around, I will just call. Chinmaya, you come back. And we'll start the class. This is my criteria. I'm not bound to teach you. If you don't come, you go back. For every small sentence, you can go back. And when you went back, all was for testing his ego. So he used to be around. He said, I'm not obligated to teach you. So he was testing how much attachment he has with his goods. You would have distributed it. Saints get anything. Gurudev I saw used to get lot of golds. The temple used to go, then just drop everything. People gave him golden watch and all these things. And he will take it. But moment he went outside, he just... Or somebody is there, he will give him necklace. Take this mala. Saints don't keep anything. In a tapasvi, only upasana can stay. Person who is austere, in his heart only you can do some upasana. Dirty mind or greedy mind, upasana cannot be done. Very pure mind is required. Like the milk requires a very good container to be staying. If container is having some kind of dirt, the milk will not stay as it is. It will curdle. So here, he was testing that how much he has attachment, how big sacrifice can he do? Because to do upasana, he will require a lot of sacrifice. Can he do it? And therefore, the Ponji Maharaj, when Gurudev came, he said, why you have come? He said, Shivananji had sent me to study Upanishad. He said, where is the letter? At that time, to walk from Rishikesh to Uttarkashi, it took 7-8 days. Walking. Tough trekking was there. No roads were there. In 30s and 40s. He said, I didn't bring the letter. He didn't give any letter. He said, go. This was another first test was there. See, such a small thing called letter. You could have asked a telegram or you could have asked by phone, by some place. No, you go and bring that letter. If he did not have sincerity, Gurudev, who said, what is there to study from this person who is making me run around? So much hard work, my leg is paining. Walk, then you'll understand. He went back, got the letter and then came back. Then the teaching started. So there was all the test to see how much commitment this person has, how much sacrifice he can do, how much ego he can tolerate, or he will break in between. If he breaks in between, better he should not start. He is not qualified to study. He cannot take my discipline. That were tough criteria were there, difficult criteria. Understood this one. They were very, very strict in their ways. Anyway, so here, but this Reikwa used one word which created. And he addressed him as Shudra. See the word here? दिख रहा है आपको word? He's saying, hare ve Shudra. The Shudra is vocative case. शूद्र क्यों बोल दिया? Such a big king is there, उसको शूद्र बोल दिया. See the fearlessness of a tapasvi. This tapasvi is, there was a saint in Banaras. So he lot of luxuries were around him. His prarabdha was that. Riches, money, people. Nice room. Very, very good food around him. That was his prarabdha. What can he do? This prarabdha is Gurudev also. Who will be around you? What kind will be? Is one king of Kashi came to see. So he saw the luxuries. He asked a blunt question. He said, what is the difference between a saint with luxuries? Is there a difference between saint who has luxuries around and who has no luxury? What is the difference? And that saint said, कान पकड़ के बाहर निकालो इसको. Hold his ear and throw him out. To the king he said. That king, whole kingdom used to shudder and, fearful that nobody could raise his voice towards him also. But king was also not, he went out and stood. For hours he stood outside. And this saint, morning he went to take bath in the Ganges. And he saw the king standing. And one line he said, luxuries are around me, but I am not in luxuries. Prarabdha has given me, but I am not attached to anybody. And the proof is, to the king like you also I am not afraid. I will leave it in a second. Then he offered namaskar. He said, yes. He said, prarabdha, gold came, food came, that was my prarabdha. But I am not at all in them. I have nothing to do with anything around. If I had anything to do, I would have pampered you because you are a king and I have got favored from you. Because I have no fear from anybody, that tells about my knowledge. He said, yes, I agree with that. So here this Raikwa addressed him as Shudra. What a derogatory term. If somebody addresses you as Shudra, how will you feel? What an insult. And still he went. Still that king didn't give up. Now the question is, that gave a lot of problem here. He said, why this is a Shudra? Is this Shudra which is mentioned here? Is it to indicate a Sanskrit Purush? Because earlier a Sanskrit Purush was mentioned as a Shudra, if you remember that. And a Sanskrit means one who has not gone through Upanayanam and Shraut Sadhanani. And if it is the a Sanskrit Purush, try to get the link. This Raikwa had taught him Shraut Sadhana. So to a Sanskrit Purush, how can he teach the Shraut Sadhana? If he was really a Shudra, he is a Shudra, he should have not been taught. Because Shudra is not, cannot be taught the Shraut Sadhana, he should have been taught the Smart Sadhana. That means even without Upanayanam, he was taught Shraut Sadhana or what? Did you get this point? Now, Bhagwan Vedavyas has to establish that he was not a Shudra, he was a Kshatriya only. Because he was a king. And he has to prove it, then only this idea will be validated. Okay. So what is the task of Vedavyas? Task of Vedavyas is that if you accept and claim that Janashruti was a Kshatriya, how do you explain the word Shudra which he has been addressed in 4.2.3 of Chandogya Upanishad? An entire Adhikaran is mentioned to analyze this Shudra Shabd, and therefore this is called Apshudra Adhikaran. I don't know, but I like all these discussions, some corner of your mind, some thoughts may be there. It opens it. So Vedavyas Bhagwan will say, Shudra does not indicate a Sanskrit Manushya. But why the Shudra word has been used by him? If it is not a Sanskrit Manushya, why this is there? I'm telling you, don't hurry, keep quiet. So Vedavyas Bhagwan is establishing two things. That Janashruti is Kshatriya, and second is he is not a Shudra. So Kshatriyatva Sthapna and Shudratva Nisheda. This will be the whole Adhikaran. I hope you are clear. Is clear? Now I'll go to the general analysis of the first sutra. Oh, we have not started. No, we are just seeing the whole Adhikaran of 5 sutras. Okay. Now I understood what is that. What is the first sutra? Shugasya, not Sugarasya. It is Shugasya. We have particular words come in our mouth too many times if you take. Like word Lucknow was there. When lockdown was there, the word Lucknow, and everybody read there is lockdown. It was a Lucknow word. But because everywhere hearing lockdown, this word they heard is lockdown. It was Lucknow was written Lucknow. But mostly they read it lockdown. Some of you hurriedly read certain words. Some are very fast readers, and in that regard they slip sometimes. Is Shugasya tad anadar shravanat tad tada dravana suchyate. Now, in the first sutra, what is the first sutra says? Ved Vyas Bhagwan is establishing that the word Shudra should not be taken in the primary meaning. Primary meaning is worldly meaning. He takes contextual support. That the word Shudra has primary and secondary meaning, and you should take the word secondary meaning and not the primary meaning. What is the primary meaning? Primary meaning is Upanayan Rahit. Karma Anushthan Rahit. A Sanskrit Manushya. One who has not gone for Upanayan, not gone to the teacher, and he has not done Anushtan, that is called Shudra. You have heard this. So, person who has no sacred thread, he has not qualified for the Vedic scriptures, etc. Upasana, he does not know. He doesn't know, he has not gone to the teacher basically, and therefore that shine and culture has not come in him. He has not been polished, he has not been chiseled. Upnayan chisels a person, polishes his person, his routine, his talking, his jap, his puja. He has gone through a process. I told about Upnayanam. Nayan means to take. Nidha, to like the eyes. Eyes also called Nayan. So eyes take the whole body forward. So taking to the Guru, Guru will teach the chanting, Guru will teach the Vedas, Guru will now tell about the which mantra you are doing, your morning getting up, your schedule, your eating, how to sit, how to walk, how to talk. Every step you are being intercepted. Because the student comes very raw. He comes very raw, eats anything. When in the house, person doesn't do prayer, etc. Yes, he states what is come and needs no time to eat also. Eat any time. Anything is kept. Anytime eat, anything you eat. No prarthana has been done. Anyway you talk, anytime you get up, anytime you sleep. But when you come here, a lot of do's and don'ts are there with the teacher's presence. So he is cultured. The unwanted portion of your personality has been taken out. Why did you talk like that? You should not have talked like that. Why you said like that? Why you are gossiping with that person? Don't waste your time. Don't stand like that. Don't sit like that. Why you wrote like that? Or did good you did this. So one who has not gone through the process, he cannot learn the Vedas. And therefore he is called Shudra. This is the primary meaning. What is secondary meaning? Primary meaning is called Ruda Artha. And secondary meaning? Yogic Artha. Yogic Artha. Etymological meaning. Which you arrived by studying the context. Contextual meaning. Contextual meaning is there. Contextual meaning. Like he's the lion. He's the lion is not the literal meaning that he has 4 legs. Or he eats directly without cooking anything. Or he is very ferocious. Not the meaning there. It's dangerous to live with. He can eat anybody. It's not that meaning. The meaning of lion is that he is brave. Contextual meaning is brave. Gurudev used, he roared like a lion. Roared. Like a lion, he roared. Sometimes mic was not required. He threw the mic. If the mic was not working, he didn't ask the person to do. He waited for some time. He used to take the mic and remove it like that. And there's an audience of 100, 500. He couldn't see, he used to stand on the desk. Because you couldn't see him. He stand on the table and talk. And he had a roaring voice. So his voice could roar. You must have heard his videos, etc. So that kind of voice he had. So he could talk. Roar like that. Too much zeal was there. Missionary zeal was there. This Prasad Pustika concept was not there. So Prasad Pustika, then first yagna was done. People said, what prasad? Only we'll give you some prasad of the Shastra. So somebody transcribed a talk. His first yagna was on Kenopnishat in Pune. So there's somebody transcribed it. No transcription from the tape recorder to that. They used to write shorthand. I don't know you know shorthand or not. Have you heard about shorthand? So shorthand, like Ved is there, the seal. Very limited form is there. So then similarly Vivekananda's work also was written like that. All the works of the Vivekananda is mostly transcription from a shorthand. Raj Yogi's book is there or Karma Yoga is there, all are for shorthand. Then that was distributed and then printed, block printing used to be done. Block printing was there only. That was done. He wrote, so that is called the etymological meaning, secondary meaning, which is etymological meaning, of course. Achha. What is the meaning of Shudra here? So Janashruti had two powerful emotions when he heard those words. One was a pain of insult that I'm very small. Kshatri can't accept I'm small. Why I'm small? I'm very inferior. This sense of inferiority is difficult. And therefore Dhruv could not accept that he was taken out from the lap of his father. It pained him. And Naradji said that, Dhruv, you are 4-year-old. If supposing your stepmother has taken out from her lap, you should not take it so seriously. Everybody gets the fruit of their action only. So some they are good, some they are not good. Why should you bother about that? Should not feel so much piercing pain should not be in your heart. And you read Bhagavad. You know what Dhruji says? He said, all what you said is good. But I am Kshatri by nature. I am very reactive by nature. As if somebody had, hit the snake. This example he has given. As if while walking somebody kicked the snake. So that snake doesn't listen. And therefore I'm reacting a lot in my mind that why my place was, why am I made small and small. Therefore I will definitely get a bigger place. If maid is there, you say something, she will go away. Not a Kshatri. Kshatri wants his place. You say, no, please get up and go. Guests are coming. So she will go away. Guests are coming. Please, you eat later on. Please empty that place. If Kshatri is there, you cannot say somebody is coming, go. You will flare up. You said, what? You made me small? Guruji was there at somebody's house. I have not taken it. Very Kshatri was. Meeting was going on. Chick meeting. And whose house was he staying? He was a very strong Kshatri also. So he also sat in the meeting. Meeting was only for 6 youngsters, 21, 22. He must be in 50s. So Guruji said, "Bhai, you go away. This is only for the youngsters." You know what happened? He stopped talking to Guruji. And I was sitting there at the back of the car. And he was driving because he said, my house, Guruji is saying, me only to get out. So he was driving, Guruji was sitting here. Chup, no voice. Nothing he was speaking. Then Guruji said, well, what happened? Understood that he is upset now. He said, well, it was take class, it was meeting for the youngsters. They won't open up if you are there. Therefore I said like that. It took 1-2 hours for him to settle down. And he was going for the yagna. He was a host and he took to the yagna. Yagnashala host generally takes very big person visit. Guruji said like that, you go visit your class. Then you know how big egos you have to deal with. Anyway, he was okay after that, not that. But behind sitting, I was observing both of them, how the whole thing has changed and how moment he said go away, still the moment I knew that now there will be a problem now. I knew that person, that he cannot take it now. Kshatriya Subhav is there. You can't feel negligence so easily. He himself should not have sat there. And generally, when sitting somewhere, you see which audience is there. Is the youngsters are sitting 20, 21. I'm not supposed to. But he sat in the back. And what hurt him more than in front of everybody, I was asked. In front of 30, 40 youngsters, I was as if humiliated. He didn't take it so easily. Later on, he told me. He said, Brahmachari, this is the way. My house, I am the host. I only arrange the meeting with these youngsters. I arrange their tea, coffee after the talk. Anybody who comes to see Guruji, I am the one who, I am everywhere, underline. I am the one who give the lunch and dinner. I carry him to the Yagnishala. I am all the time around him when he is there. And in front of everybody he says, you go away. I said, Arey bhai, never mind, what is the matter? Guruji can say, well, no, it matters to me. Brahmachari ji, it matters to me. Then I understood what is the nature. Then these things get more clear when I study this. So Raikwa had a pain of being neglected. At how I was made small. Sorry. Janashruti, you heard Raikwa? Hota hai. So Janashruti had the pain. Two pains he had. One pain was this, another he also was positive that there is something bigger for me to learn also. One was little negative emotion, but one was positive emotion also, that there is something big which I don't know. And this is very beautiful emotion. If somebody gives me a book, so I get very excited. Sometimes I can't sleep. If somebody gives, therefore I never read a new book before sleep. Because something is very good, I feel, so nice is there, excitement comes. I avoid seeing book after 9 o'clock. It is so nice, so good, so wonderful. So he had excitement also, that such a Vidya Upasana exists. Where a person is so great that swans are talking about that now. So, please get my point. He rushes towards Raikwa. So when Janashruti approached Raikwa, he was rushing towards Raikwa with pain. And therefore he is called sorrowful runner. These two states of mind of Janashruti, the Raikwa Brahman wanted to reveal. And therefore, being a great Upasak, Bhashikar says he was a mind reader also. If you do a lot of Upasana, you can read mind. Oh my God. So he was a mind reader also. He knew the past, all what has happened yesterday in the terrace. Raikwa knew. So Trikal Jnanitvat Yog Drishtitvat. So indicate that state of mind, he used the word Shudra. Shudra, Shu means sorrowful condition, Shok, and Dra means running condition. So Shudra means Shok Sahit Dravan Karta, sorrowful runner. This is the etymological meaning of Shudra. Sorrowful runner. So when he addressed him as Shudra, it was not a derogatory term. It was to tell him, oh sorrowful runner. Even when Janashruti didn't tell anything, seeing him he could find it out that he has sadness and these two emotions are running. So this Janashruti is Kshatriya, but he was running in a sad manner. And therefore, this is called the yogic earth, secondary meaning and not the primary meaning. I hope you are clear. More we will see tomorrow. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।